Parliament approves name changes for the island's indigenous people and their home. The country's head of state calls for reconciliation and media personnel to receive training on the CARICOM single market and economy. Thanks for joining us on another edition of National Focus. I'm Mervin. Details of our headline stories and more in just a moment.
DOWASCO recognizes that clean water is vital to healthy living. Therefore, it spares no effort in providing a clean, safe and reliable system. Help keep our rivers safe and clean. Do not cut trees along the river banks and do not pollute with garbage, human or animal feces and chemicals. Think water, think life.
Thank you for staying with us. Parliament has approved 2 name changes for the island's indigenous people and their home. At the first meeting of the first session of the 9th Parliament last Friday, both sides of the House consented to change the name Carib to Kalinago and the name Reserve to Territory. The Honorable Minister for Kalinago Affairs, Cassius Darrow, presented the bill to the House.
It will also foster greater respect for the Kalinago people at a global level. It will also create a better sense of communal pride and interest in our history and cultural heritage. Madam Speaker, the name change will represent the image of the Kalinago people in a more affirmative way to reflect a better indigenous identity, to dispel the historic negative connotations linked with the word Carib.
Kalinago Development Officer Kozia Frederick told the GIS News on Monday that the name changes approved by Parliament comes after years of dialogue among the indigenous people.
Even if you go as far as 30 years, the discussion has been on the ground. How do we want to call ourselves? And there has been a conscious movement. And then we had cultural groups like Carifuna, Carina coming on board. And there was a very militant kind of progressive movement for us sitting ourselves as people, or unique people. And because we know for a fact we're not Caribs, we're not cannibals, and all of these years the negative connotation have been there. So the people have been pushing for it themselves. The past Kalinago chief, the past councillors, all of the cultural groups, a lot of people who even at the schools, children are taught Kalinago, the word Kalinago. So it's been a conscious movement for a number of years.
In 1978, the Carib Reserve Act was passed in Parliament in recognition of the contribution of the Kalinago people to Dominica's development. In more news, His Excellency President of Dominica, Charles Savre, believes there is need for genuine reconciliation among Dominicans. His Excellency Savre's comments comes on the heels of the general elections this past December. The island's head of state made the statement while addressing last Friday's meeting of Parliament.
The elections are over, and it is time for every Dominican who loves this country to reach deep within himself and to find the magnanimity of spirit that truly places God and country first. And in that spirit, to make himself an agent of forgiveness and reconciliation, so that all hands and minds can work cooperatively in building the country.
His Excellency President Savre wants members of Parliament to lead the charge in that regard.
Of course there will be differences. Like a court of law, the process is adversarial, and the opposing sides will bring all of their experience and expertise to bear in representing the interests of their clients. Unlike a court of law, however, both sides of this honorable house have the same clients, the people of Dominica. Members can therefore differ with each other, yet have the magnanimity to clasp each other's hands as friends. This is the hallmark of a civilized and progressive parliamentary democracy.
60 apartments will be made available in the Bath Estate and Emsall area when the housing project is completed in June. The government-funded project, which began in September 2013, is being undertaken by Chinese firm Shanghai Construction Company for a soft loan from the People's Republic of China. Sammy Ye is the marketing manager of that company.
We started the main structure and work in the 2014 June. So far we finished you can see most of the building structure and the decoration almost finished. In the bus estate we finished the most of the internal decoration, and only left is the landscaping, and we're starting now. For Amazon, this site, we have the internal decoration and landscaping to try to finish.
The project, which comprises 46 apartments in Emzal and 24 in Bath Estate, are all part of government's commitment to provide adequate affordable housing to Dominican people through its Housing Revolution program. The apartments form part of an urban renewal project by the company, which included the construction of the Dominica State College and a new State House. It's a new style of housing for Dominica, one that uses lightweight steel material. He says Dominicans can feel confident that the technology which is being used in the United States and in China is durable and can withstand Dominica's climate.
This structure is very nice design. If you see, you will see that it's very nice design, and you can make any style what you like. And also that is can anti the earthquake. Also this is the housing is very can finish that fast, because everything is manufacturing in the factory, and also come to the site you just need to combine it, so that can make the shorter the schedule.
With a team of 10 locals and 30 Chinese nationals, the company hopes to hand over the apartments to the government of Dominica in the coming months. In more news, media personnel and spokespersons in Dominica are to receive training on the Caribbean single market and economy. The government of Dominica, in partnership with the CARICOM Secretariat, has targeted these groups for a capacity building workshop geared at enhancing knowledge on the CSME and in particular the 5 regimes which give meaning to the CARICOM single market. At the launching ceremony on Monday, the Honorable Minister for Trade, Energy and Employment, Ian Douglas, says tremendous benefits can be derived from the CSME, and the public should be made aware with the help of the media.
The single economic space within CARICOM has created more opportunities for trade, of course. Any Dominican product or any Dominican professional, as the ambassador has just said, can move within and throughout the region, duty-free and free of any impediments, as long as you have the CARICOM skill certificate. And these opportunities have been created for hassle-free travel and for the establishment of local businesses anywhere in the region without impediments. These are the tangible benefits that can be had from the integration process. And this is why we in Dominica, we will support any and every effort towards the sensitization of the public on the elements of the Treaty of Chaguaramas, and that is why the media personnel and spokespersons are so important to the process.
Workshops will be held on Friday 24th and 25th to allow the media and the spokespersons to help improve the information flows within the CSME. A Deputy Program Manager at the CSME unit, Philip McLaurin, says the training is critical to allow the work of the CSME to reach every individual.
One of the components of the CTCP is get towards stakeholder participation through the dissemination of information. Hence the reason why Right Angle Imaging, the consultant, has been contracted to assist in the training of spokespersons from member states to facilitate and spearhead the program of information sharing and dissemination on the CSME. The Commonwealth of Dominica is therefore among 5 other member states, namely Belize, Grenada, Guyana, Jamaica, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that are part of this intervention. And we have similar activities being undertaken in 3 other member states by another consultant for Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Lucia.
His Excellency Commissioner of CARICOM and OECS Ambassador Felix Gregoire says, in his view, the most important aspect of the training is to simplify the technical information on the integration movement.
Although the information is there, but it's in a technical form, and we need to demystify, break that thing down so the man on the street can understand. The man on the street can understand a work permit, you know, so we don't have to use a big term. The skill certificate, I don't know if we can break it down, but we need to simplify some of the information that is available so that people can understand, identify, and see the benefits and support the regional integration movement. So
over 10,000 young people island-wide have been successfully trained over the last 46 years. That's according to Bernard Bontiff, instructor trainer at the Youth Division's Youth Skills Training Program. In an exclusive interview on Monday, he noted that almost all communities across Dominica have graduates of their programs, most of whom are successfully employed. Bontiff views the skills training program as a free way for young people to grow and develop themselves. Bontiff describes the courses offered by the Youth Division.
Presently this year we are offering skills in the Roseau area in woodwork, electrical wiring, and as well as computer skills. We are also offering computer skills all over the island in Wesley, in Castleborough, Portsmouth, Granby, and we are looking to start off new training programs, but of course the process has to continue in terms of identifying the skill areas and whether the need is based on the recommendations that have been made, whether those are really needed skills in those particular localities.
The division is also collaborating with local government to implement new programs.
We are hoping to collaborate with the Ministry of Commerce and Small Business in organizing and getting a module in sewing, garment making, and general sewing in the Granby and the South. And this should come on board, we hope, by sometime next month. So that's an area that the young people in Granby, in particular young ladies, can look forward to. And right after that, we are hoping to go into some advanced stage of that particular sewing program. So we have good things offering to the young people, and we just want them to take advantage because it is for them, it is for their future, it is for their life.
For the year 2015, a reduction in the population of stray animals will be the main focus of the Humane Society of Dominica. The Humane Society was established in Dominica in 2001 with the main purpose of educating the public on the proper care of animals. Assistant Director of the Humane Society of Dominica, Yola Tusa, says not only does the Humane Society educate the public, but the organization also cares for stray animals. Veterinarian Dr. Reginald Thomas agrees that owners need to take better care of their animals.
In terms of caring for our animals, I mean, I think we have made some gains from the initial project that was run by the City Council with the advent of the Humane Society and the constant education among the young. I think we have raised awareness among the population. Many of these campaigns were or are targeted towards the young, and by now they are becoming adults, so they're becoming more and more aware of the issues regarding the care for their pets. There's still a large amount of ignorance, if I would coin it that way, in terms of caring for animals, and more from the humane treatment of animals. I have a concern where if you have an animal and you cannot provide for it, that you allow it to become a menace for somebody. So we have a long way to go. I'm not thinking that we'll become overly concerned as in some societies, but to provide the basic needs for the animals, the shelter, the food, provide a safe home for those animals.
He is also concerned about ill treatment of animals. He says ill treatment of strays is common with farmers whose livestock are frequently attacked. Dr. Thomas says although this is a major cause for concern, he does not condone the inhumane killing of strays to protect livestock.
It is part of our mandate to teach the caring for animals, not dogs so much, but the care for animals. So within that mandate, we are able to play a role in guiding what happens in terms of the treatment of the animals. Of course, where there are reports, then we need to use the police to assist us, because we are not an enforcement agency, but we collaborate where there are certain issues that come up. So we collaborate with the police, provide the support as a government agency to the police in dealing with the particular situation that may exist.
The society is currently conducting a spay and neuter project on island. Spay and neuter is the surgical process to remove the reproductive organs of the male animal and that of the female. The Dominica Festivals Committee has announced the winners of the road parade for Carnival 2015. On Carnival Monday, Juve, the best individual male costume went to Simbert McPherson, who depicted the cross, while best individual female costume went to Patsy Alport, who was dressed as a tablet. Carl Dura had the best sensei, and the best steel band went to Pan in Motion. Best Juve band was the Dominica State College. The first Lapo Cabuit on the road was the Delis Old Mass Lapo Cabuit. The longest Lapo Cabuit on the road was the Newtown Lapo Cabuit, while the largest Old Mass group was the Delis Old Mass Sensei. On Costume Day, Carnival Tuesday, in the Old Mass Parade, Thunderbirds came in first place, Negmaho of Cassabros came in second, and Africulture Stilt Walkers came in third. In the Children's Carnival Band Parade, the St. Martin Primary School Parrot of the Caribbean captured Band of the Year. Second place went to Sansovay Primary School, themed The Enchanted Forest and the World of Myths. Both Children's King and Queen of the Band went to the St. Martin's Primary School. Band of the Year Secondary School's first place went to Cassabros Secondary School with a band themed Elements of Nature. Second place went to the Goodwill Secondary with a band themed Walk Like an Egyptian. And third place went to the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School. King of the Band was captured by Cassabros Secondary, and Queen of the Band went to the Goodwill Secondary School. A Children's Float of the Year for both primary and secondary schools, the Boboa Preschool came in first with the Old Lady and the Shoe. Second place went to St. Mary's Primary with Pristine Dominica, and the Pioneer Prep came third with Watch Your Steps. For the Adult Carnival Parade, Band of the Year went to the Africulture Stilt Walkers. Second place went to Hysteria, while Thunderbirds came in third. Mass Dominic 2015 was celebrated under the theme C'est la vie nous. And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is up next with the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non moins c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, gouvernement Dominique déjà et puis qu'a continué mener développement ba PEP Kalinago. Parole celle-là sur le ministre Kalinago, Honorable Cassius Darrow.
Sous massa sur regarder manifesto nous, mais un manifesto ba gouvernement ça là, moi pour dire gouvernement Labour Party, il pour gouvernement Labour Party pour vraiment garder contre peuple Kalinago. Avant Labour Party était là, on devait taper vieux petit bagay qui a sorti notre gouvernement, par exemple ba UWP au venir un project Glow, mais ça fait combien d'années depuis tenir un good Glow dans ces pays là de courir. Et pour les partis pour faire actuellement une housing renovation of a revolution. Un Kalinago territory actuellement le passé quoi c'est Belkaila tout partout ça quand nous quoi taper enfants Kalinago qui kai college actuellement yo ka taper scholarship pour aller college. Enfants just last term là nous fait c'est que chaque enfant taper $600 pour payer pour transportation pour aller college. À Dominique actuellement c'est Pep Kalinago qui n'est plus d'enfants qui a gradué comment dire, a college avec university. Moi-même, je quitté Dominique en 2006 pour aller en Chine à étudier. Je suis bien content aujourd'hui parce que le Labour Party a fait bien pour moi. Je pense que tant qu'à continuer, nous avons tapé plus dans nos partis qui a montré l'amour pour le peuple croyable. Parce que même les gens qui ont critiqué ça, nous avons fait, mais nous pas ça quitter les gens qui ont critiqué pour empêcher nous de faire ça, nous supposons faire.
En d'autres nouvelles, Speaker du Parlement, Honorable Alex Boyd Knight, délivré réponse qu'a concerné parole chef opposition, Honorable Lennox Linton, qui check si on envoyé parti Power as order paper pendant la dernière session Parlement, ça a pas une pièce fondation, ça c'est silence Speaker Knight. Quand même, silence Speaker Knight, loi Parlement a montré bien clair qu'après une élection générale, depuis même pour conservateur comme même Parlement, et bien pas en web pour mettre check sur audio à ce order paper, juste là, venu même Parlement. Chef opposition Linton a crié confiance en médias, car accusé Speaker Knight contre ces actions-là comme bagaille qui partait bon. Quand même, Speaker Knight a fait parole en réponse qui action qui a tombé en bas standing order 3 loi Parlement. En la nouvelle, ça fait la législation passée pour changer nos réserves croyables pour territoire Kalinago. Ça a bien accepté le peuple Kalinago. Parole ça l'a sorti de officier programme en ministre Kalinago, M. Kozier Frederick.
Donc, regardez le peuple, le monde qui connaît l'histoire, on va qu'on nom qui change, c'est un gros but de base de ça. Puis, le pays croyable, ça c'est le cas qui avant. C'est mon là yo pas quoi yo pas non qui croyable qui bail mon ka manger mon c'est pas jamais ça so histoire nous connaître ça mon ka que nous ça puis on négatif effet sur nous so comme peuple nous faisons une décision pour combien d'années pour changer non là des fois quand chief Ubuntu yo já mis ça sur table là avec discuter avec mon enfants l'école à bord moun qui a culture ko carrefour na carina tout moun a bord pour on nom qui sanu Kalinago ça il a fait c'est il a mis un pride dans chez moun savent ça yo moun savent ça yo le fait avec quoi yo avait on nom quoi c'est il tout bail qui a dommagé au peuple avait un chairman Kalinago moun qui en Kalinago territory yo côté puis ça c'est non élevé pour quoi.
Et bien finalement, l'organisation Conseil GIS Dominica est bien excitée pendant le mois de mars quand il a lancé plusieurs activités. Si le président sénateur Jaïsaya Benoît, ces activités sont la catégorie GIS tout le pays là. Benoît fait parole qu'il a lancé un website neuf, il y a un course qui chaîne tous les 4 mois en premier d'autres. Sénateur Benoît dit ces activités là pour ces jeunes là que mettez en bagarre engagé et puis il aussi fait parole des programmes télévision neuf qu'a aussi expecté pour lancer en mois de mars. Il a aussi ouvert un office neuf à Kennedy Avenue et puis 5 travailleurs. Sénateur Benoît qui a gardé devant ces programmes neufs là servi comme guide inspiration par jeunesse en Dominique. Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nous faire la créole pour présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson, St. Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, your tip of the day.
Let me touch that sweet thing.
Real men protect children, not harm them. Under the Convention of the Rights of a child is anyone under the age of 18, and it's sexual abuse if you ask to see or touch their private parts, touch them inappropriately, show them or force them to touch your private parts, have sex with them, show them pornographic material, or deliberately let them hear or see the act of sex. Real men don't abuse children, and they don't encourage others to do it either. Be a real man. For more information, please contact these agencies. This message brought to you by UNICEF and this station.
An entire sea of water can't sink a ship unless it gets inside the ship. Similarly, the negativity of the world can't keep you down unless you allow it to get inside you. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website at news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow us on Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Mervin. Thanks for watching, and do join us again tomorrow.